And the much-awaited swimsuit competition of Miss Grand International finally took place in a yacht dock in one of the beautiful beaches of Pattaya, Thailand yesterday. Nothing more to comment about the grandiosity of the production as it's already a given. So let's just focus on the girls who really stunned me during the show. So here they are. At number 10 is Nova Valdez from Indonesia. First of all, may I just say how she really aced the back shoulder pose. Hirap nun to introduce her presentation. I thought that was such a difficult pose to pull off. So kudos to Nova for such fluidity in her turn here at the start. And then as she walked towards the stage, I just love how she was very particular or mindful of her blocking or of the camera following her, because as soon as she started raising both arms in the middle of her presentation, her side seductive pose was perfectly captured. Pansin nyo, as she transitioned to the final leg of her walk. I thought that was so spot on. She really aced it. However, the only thing weighing down her presentation here is the severity of her makeup here. It was really dark. I really feel she's so youthful looking that she doesn't have to apply heavy makeup just to capture the essence of her beauty. And now we go to my 9th spot, and I'm giving it to Angie Alisa from Puerto Rico. Oh my gosh, another lady who performed so well in this round. I am really engaged and enamored watching Maria and Angie's performance here with her sassy turns and confidence level. First of all, the beach hair waves she had here truly set her apart, as I immediately noticed her from the get-go. Plus the way she was just smiling and engaging the audience while she was walking was really fun to watch. Although I have to admit, there were lots of hand gestures that she did here in her presentation. And for some reason, she still worked it. It made her look fun on stage. And now we go to my 8th spot, and I'm giving it to... It's my first time to talk about her in this competition. Our neighboring country, Malaysia. She's none other than Melisha Le from Malaysia. Oh boy, this lady was such a huge pleasant surprise in this event. First of all, may I just say how Melisha looks so perfectly styled here in terms of makeup and hairstyling. I actually thought that she has one of the most beautiful faces of the competition. That she just has a very pleasant aura, and I can't help but be looking at her face the whole time. But more than her face, I also love how she also gave us a show right here. That sudden little jump in between that one leg pose was totally extra, because she was really having so much fun on stage, and it felt like she was really playing a character up there. And siguro the only thing I did not like here in her presentation is her sudden, hyena laugh. Yung ganon. while opening her mouth pose. And I thought it looked quite unnatural. But nevertheless, she did great here. Maybe I just want her to smile more genuinely and not use her smile as a theatric or an act in her presentation, because she is that beautiful already. And now we go to my 7th spot, and I'm giving it to Sofitu Kabengele from Kuan. She's really turning out to become my guilty pleasure here in MGI. Sofitu just really has strong stage presence, and she really knows how to milk it to her benefit. For some reason, I really enjoyed all those body hoochie moves and twirls. And I thought that was so great to see that from her. But you know what? It's no longer the bald hair that I am really noticing from her, but how she is clearly so confident with her catwalk skills and femininity. I just love how the whole contrast of her presentation here. Very excessive with her walk and poses from start to middle, but somehow makes a conscious effort to tone it down towards the end. Siguro na-realize niya na masyado ng hoochie yung performance niya, so she had to keep it clean in the end. So yeah. She is such a guilty pleasure to watch here in this pageant. And now we go to my 6th spot, and I'm giving it to Mario Felix from Dominican Republic. Super love this girl's beauty talaga, and I like how she started her walk here with a double twirl to really make us feel her impact. Although despite not landing on her feet perfectly for her establishment in the end. So you can really see that she is really enjoying her time here on stage, taking her sweet time to pose from one end to another in front of Nawat while enjoying playful poses to keep everyone engaged. I thought she really had a great time up there, although she just has to watch out for her footwork, especially when it comes to posing after doing a lot of twirls just to make it look more fluid. And now we go to my top 5, and number 5 on my list here is Susanna Medina from España. This girl is really hypnotizing me in this competition. Maybe it's her eyes that's really doing the tantalizing or attracting to me. Now she's just so bewitching, and I can't take my eyes off her right now. That she is just so effortlessly sexy with her moves and turns, which really reminds me a lot of Celeste Corsi back during her pageant days. And what I love about her turn here was that she was just very chill and relaxed in walking. It felt like she was just modeling or casually walking along the shorelines or along the beach. And I'm just really stunned with her beauty. And I just love how she was very low-key yet effortless with her presentation here. And now we go to my 4th spot, and I'm giving it to Arel from Peru. Oh, this lady is ready to kill. That walk was so superb, diba? I'm actually at a loss for words in actually describing her powerful performance here. First of all, I just love how she was also confident with her walk here, with her hip sway, big hair, head tilts, while touching her hair. I thought it looked so cohesive altogether. Actually, guys, my most favorite part of her turn here was that when she removed her yellow rose accessory pinned at the string of her bikini and placed it in her head afterwards. But the way I likened this move was it felt like she was about to remove a sarong, which actually there was none. And I thought it was a clever trick to generate more interest on her presentation. It felt like there was a story to tell right there. I thoroughly enjoyed watching her performance here. Never mind the excessive shoulder movement. But hey, it's Miss Grand after all. And now we go to my top 3, and number 3 on my list here is, no surprise, Akisha Albert from Curacao. In the words of Carson Kressley, Curacao, Curacao. Akisha is just working it in this round. Her hair flip and sudden twirl at the intro were so good that it was such a strong start. She gave a very strong start during her presentation, and as soon as she worked towards the stage, she continued performing that strong. I just love how she kept her catwalk very simple and just let the beauty of her face do the talking, which is actually great because she was really smiling the whole time. So you can clearly see that she was just having fun on stage. And sa totoo lang guys, it's my first time to see her in straight hair, so I find it very youthful and refreshing for her. So overall, this presentation was really strong. This is really an example that you can still shine in this pageant system minus the extra movement. And now we go to my runner-up of this list, and I'm giving it to Angelica Valero from Colombia. Yup, surprise. I'm putting this lady so high on my list because I feel she was one of the few who really did her presentation without any excessive hand gestures or movements on stage. And for some fans, this might bore them, but for me, it was still enough to generate impact and excitement. First of all, I did not realize how beautiful she really is. The natural lighting really made her beauty shine even more. And as she kept her poses very classy and sweet despite a very fierce hairstyling with that long hair extension to make her probably look more imposing on stage. So it felt like she was competing in a different pageant system, aka Miss Universe, that she dared to defy the norm in this pageant. So I am greatly rewarding her with a high placement on my list. And finally, we go to the winner of my list. For this round, I'm giving it to our very own CJ Opiasa from the Philippines. Call me biased na guys, but I'm putting her on the top of my list. But guys, CJ just clearly deserves to take this top spot of this round. And why not? She sizzled in the runway and worked the hell out of it. And as nakita nyo naman, as soon as she started walking, you can really feel her confidence level and sexiness working her entire presentation. And notice the one and only pose and segue to finger pointing. Nakita nyo yun, it was a very well thought out paandar or trick. And for some reason, the finger pointing and hoochie hand gestures I used to hate in every grand presentation work cohesively on her presentation here. That it didn't look forced, it didn't look gimmicky, it looked so natural on her instead. So, grabe. And what I so love about her walk here is that she took her sweet time in walking and doing her poses and not rushing it. She took every turn, pose, and breath as parts of which contributes in making a great walking routine. Bawat kembot, pasabog, bawat pose, pamatay, and everything was just to die for. Even the part where she danced a bit in the middle just to make her presentation more baklang bakla or grand. Wow, she really gave us a show right there. She was really fierce all throughout her presentation, and I love that both the pageant owner and Miss Teresa were so glued to watching her turns here. And I'm taking it as a positive feedback that they were really all engaged in watching her. So right now, guys, win or lose, I am so proud of our CJ that she's really working for her first ever Golden Crown silently. But of course, again, we still have to manage our expectations because we really don't know if the pageant owner is on the same page with us. But if we are really basing it from just the catwalk only here in this round, then CJ wins this round by a mile. So there you go, guys. What do you think about my list? Napansin nyo, it's just the same set of girls whom I have been blogging for this content compared to my previous content. I think one of these 10 girls will be the next MGI. Although, yeah, I was so sad that India did not perform that much here in the presentation. She really need to put more energy in her presentation next time, knowing that this is Miss Grand. So any extra movement is a plus point. There were other candidates who also did well. Guatemala, US Virgin Islands, who else? El Salvador, Cuba, I also noticed too. So, yeah, Myanmar as well, yeah. So I think it's safe to say that one of these 15 girls that I just mentioned here in this vlog will be the next Miss Grand International. But of course, we still have, as I've said earlier, we still have to manage our expectations. Kahit naman na puring-puri tayo sa galawan ni CJ doon sa Bangkok, Thailand right now, ultimately, si pageant owner pa rin na magde-decide. So, yun lang. Natutuwa ako na we are very cooperative rin pala, no, when it comes to, or we are very cooperative in shutting our mouths and keeping a low profile and just allowing CJ to have fun and just enjoy the whole competition without us pressuring her to win our first ever Golden Crown. So I'm really liking what I am seeing. I hope this will really continue until October 25. So there you go, guys. What do you think about my list? Does this match yours? So feel free to share your opinion down below to see naman kung we have the same girls on my list. Alright, guys, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.